This podcast is brought to you by Varietea.
Hi and a very good day. This is Dannish from MC2424A and today's podcast session is brought to you by PMSA Melaka Chapter UiTM Ado Gajah Melaka for the subject of Pro 549 Corporate Creative and Production, and our main topic that will be discussed today is Salary Mary, whereby the topic will be discussed about the future fresh graduates where they start to have their own expectations for their salary when they work in the industry in Malaysia. As for diploma or degree holders, their starting salary is averaged at RM1,500 to RM2,500 only, and they are categorized as the lower income group in the bottom 40% of income classifications in Malaysia. Is the salary still relevant in the year of 2023? For the first session, let's talk about why B40. I think that every listener is wondering about this matter. And as we know, the average starting salary for fresh graduates is from RM1,500 to RM2,500, and B40 is defined as the bottom 40% of the Malaysian household income where they earn less than RM4,850 per month. It's not that B40 falls deeply into the poverty line, but most of the fresh graduate students are not satisfied with their starting income in the industry because they have studied maybe for like 3 to 4 years, and it's a very long years, and the average salary is so low that they fall under the category of B40. However, they can still survive with the money, but not every fresh graduates can adapt and can do the same because different people have different situations. For example, maybe this one fresh graduate really needs money to support his or her siblings when their parents are no longer beside them. This situation can result in the person's salary to fall under the poverty line. Most of the fresh graduates actually are upset about their starting salary as they complain that the amount of salary they get does not match their education qualification. This is a very sad situation because as a fresh graduates, we need to have a higher salary when we start our job because we need to adapt to so many things and we need to pay our own commitments in the future. As of now, the category would be the B40 category, earning less than RM4,850 per month. The M40 category, which is the middle class in Malaysia, where they earn between RM4,851 to RM10,970 per month. And the last category, which is the T20 category, whereby they are considered as to be the high income earners, which their salary is exceeding RM10,970 ringgit a month. Wow, that's so many of it. Wow. Listeners, let's move on to our second session on the uprising question that many of us want to know, which is what is the average salary for fresh graduates in Malaysia? As I said earlier, the only average salary for fresh graduates in Malaysia is only from RM1,500 to RM2,500 per month. The minimum wage before this actually was only like 1,200, and it has been only increased recently last year or the past 2 years to RM1,500. Since looking for a job nowadays is not so easy and it's not as we expected. The option for the basic salary job will be an option for the fresh graduates, but the duration of them studying for 4 years will be just wasted just like that, as the salary does not meet their qualification when they just do a job that just meet the minimum wages, just like 1,500, and you have a degree, you are a degree holder. So it's not compatible, it's not linked, it's not synced with your education qualification. It's not right. And the response actually differs from person to person, and it actually depends on, firstly, the cost of living. First of all, different cities and suburbs each have their own unique cost of living. For an example, in Kuala Lumpur, a monthly salary of RM3,000 would not be sufficient. It won't be enough. Yet in Bagan Dato, in Perak, it might be considered very high. Make sure that the cost of groceries, rent, and also the entertainment are taken into account when calculating the initial pay. The next one is spending habits. In a nutshell, larger incomes are necessary to cover rising expenses. And actually, there is no wrong or right choices. Nonetheless, you should keep in mind that regardless of how high your initial pay is, making poor judgments regarding your budget and finances may lead to problems in the future. The third one is reliance on one's family. If you are the only one in your family who brings in income and you have several financial obligations, you will need a higher starting wage. On the other hand, if you live with your family and are provided for in other ways, you can consider a larger salary to be an added benefit rather than a requirement that is a necessity to fulfill your commitment, to pay your commitments. The next one is preferences in a profession. Beginning salary can vary widely depending on factors such as the position held, the company, and the industry. It is possible that working as a recruiter or real estate agent will get you a better starting pay, such as the commission are also included in the salary. But it is also possible that you won't be able to maintain that salary in the long run, either because your enthusiasm in the field fades away or becomes of your health concerns, or it can be a result of like you have a mentally or physically breakdown, and that you can do that because you don't have the passion to do the job. And if you have a particular interest or set of skills, dear my listeners, and if listeners, you have the future fresh graduates, like take this, take note of this method because it's really important for you guys to prepare mentally and physically to face the interview sessions, to face the job, to face the what challenges that you will face in the future. And if you have a particular interest or set of skills, the first thing you need to do is to understand the standards of the industry and change your behavior accordingly. And also after that, after you have established yourself as an authority in your industry, you may leverage the experience and abilities you have gained in the past to your advantage and negotiate a larger wage for yourself in the years to come. Because we can see that we need to add our value in ourselves to increase our salary, have a higher position to have a bigger salary in the future. So future fresh graduates, you need to upsell yourself right now from now on to have a very good job scope, a very good salary in the future. And our third session will be discussing whether the fresh graduates should demand a higher salary a higher salary to meet their salary expectations. And in my personal opinion, yes, you guys as a fresh graduate should demand a higher salary, should negotiate your salary to your employers. Yeah, because having a larger salary is important in this modern era. And in the industrial world, negotiation skills among future fresh graduates to get a higher income actually is still relevant, as it is their right to do so. Take use of these chances to increase your values in the eyes of the employer by emphasizing the qualities, abilities, expertise, accomplishments, and also your skills. Do not be afraid to highlight your prior school projects that you can be proud of and that connect to the job scope in the place of professional experience. And also you can verbalize terms like or phrases like took control, initiate, develop, or even execute to highlight the successful conclusion of a program or activity for clarity and to leave a stronger impressions to the company that you want to join. The next question is, what should the appropriate starting salary be for recent college graduates? Actually, it is projected that a newly graduated college student in Malaysia can anticipate an income of approximately RM2,412 ringgit per month on average. Recent college graduates can expect to receive remuneration that range from RM1,949 to RM820 to RM 2,836 per month on average. This is a range of salary and not a specific amount because different salary depends on different company that you enroll to. The base income is established based on a variety of factors such as the academic qualifications and also the results, the necessary degree of technical skill, industry practices, and various other important aspects. When calculating your starting salary, we will take both the performance in the interviews and also the overall performance that will be taken into consideration. And during the course of the past few years, internship allowance actually also has been increased, and they now typically equal to an average of RM 1,000 each month. And this is a good news to every fresh graduates out there that really want to pursue their internship. By establishing this expectation to yourself, that you as a fresh graduate can protect yourself from being underpaid and also overworked in the future. So dear listeners, like prepare yourself mentally and physically to face these challenges in the future, because I can bet to you that this is not an easy task to face. Okay? Do join the public relations program, because here is what a public relations program has to offer, which is its principal objectives are to convey important company news or events, to preserve a brand image, and to put a good spin on unpleasant occurrence in order to minimize the impact that this event may cause. Public relations also can take a place in a variety of settings, including a firm press release, a news conference, interviews with journalists, posting on social media, and other also locations. Okay, so that's it for our promo for our PR or public relation program. Okay, and that marks the end of our podcast session for today. And me, Dannish, as a host, I would like to thank to all of my listeners for your kind attention listening to my podcast session today. I hope all of the listeners enjoy the topic for today and understand how important it is to have a higher salary for fresh graduates. This is important because using salary we can pay for our commitments. We can buy things, we can buy goods, we can even reward ourselves with gifts, and even so many things that we want to buy. All of us must have in mind that the relevancy of starting salary depends on what kind of station that person has. But all in all, as I repeat it again and again, a higher salary for fresh graduates provides a lot more advantages for them to build a stable life for a long-term duration. This is important. Like if you're fresh graduates and you are starting your job, you want a bigger salary. Maybe you want to build your life. Maybe you want to get married. So having a larger income is important because you have what it takes. You have a degree and you will struggle a lot during your study years. So you need a bigger income that match your qualifications, that match your values, that match your skills, that match your learns and your personalities. You need to find that company that can give you that kind of wages that you insist, that you crave for. And the Malaysian government also must have the urge to increase the salary for the fresh graduates in the future in order for them to have a better lifestyle. This is important because fresh graduates needs a stable income because they have a lot of commitment to pay for. This is important also as young people like us are an asset to the country, and making sure they get what they deserve is something really precious to them. Actually lah, I want to thanks again for listening to me, like your host Dannish today. Like I'm so grateful that you are here today to listen to my podcast, and I hope you guys enjoy yourself and have a good day ahead. I think that's the end of our podcast today, so stay tuned for our next episode, and don't forget to subscribe, like this channel, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if you like this content for today. And I wish all the fresh graduates, for future fresh graduates out there, good luck and have a good life ahead of you, and don't stress out. you will have your dream job that you want, and be happy always. And don't forget to eat healthy, stay healthy, exercise regularly, eat good food. Don't eat junks because it will affect your physical and mentally. And be happy every day. So that's it. That's your host, Dannish. Yeah, see you soon. Thank you. Bye. And Assalamualaikum.